Good morning, crap to cream. Merry Boxing Day. I've decided to come up to the shed and just have a bit of a play around with the rear disc, drum to disc conversion this morning. So I've been fitting the brackets up, and when I put the brackets on and the disc on, the caliper bracket sat a little bit too close to the disc. So I've made up two shims to move the disc, to move the caliper bracket inboard slightly. It's only 20 thousandths of an inch, sorry. Two 10 thou shims, so that's like half a mil. It's just a bit too close. It would have been alright, I'm sure, but anyway, I've done it. The other side was exactly the same, so that side now is all together. So there you can go, it's all together. So I'll put a couple of shims in this side as well, just to move it over a little smidgen, and I've started to fit the handbrake, as you might be able to see. So that's where we're up to with that. So I think you might be able to see the shims in the back there somewhere, maybe not. But anyway, it's all pretty central now, even though it is still a little bit off. So the new, as you might see, the original brackets I had, this was down here, and the handbrake mechanism here was hitting the spring and didn't have enough. So Frontline over east here in Australia, they made laser cut some new brackets which offset the caliper, so that this no longer hits the, and it fits quite nicely actually, all between the spring and everything. So that should work a treat now. It's a lot better than it was before, because I was asking, you know, these are, as you might be able to see, they are from another brand, and in the UK the Frontline calipers, they have like a little grey, they're a grey body with Frontline in red writing written on here. Look pretty natty, and you know, they haven't used them in the UK, these calipers in the UK, for a long time now apparently. And the reason for that is because the handbrake. So the handbrake that's on the Frontline ones that they use in the UK and obviously other places, they only have a spot pad for the handbrake, whereas this design incorporates the whole caliper as the handbrake. So in the ADR rules here in Australia, that's what we have to have. So this has to work, and yeah, it does, because I asked the question and it's a very reasonable answer. Right, doesn't fit with the rules over here in Australia, so that's what we have to do. So I'll assemble this now, so it'll be the same as the other side with the handbrake just hanging off, and then I'll put the brake lines on and make the handbrake cable up. And I may, if I get it finished, I'll give you a bit of a shot of it all later on. So here we are, a little bit of light on the subject. I've now fitted the brake lines and the handbrake cable to this setup. And there you can go, you can see hopefully where things go. So I utilised one of those clips on the back of the diff. There's nothing much I can do about the angle of the handbrake over the spring, and that's, yeah, I've got to obviously adjust the handbrake, but you do that after you've bled the brakes. So the pipe there looks pretty ugly, but it's not going to hit anything. I've now managed to get the handbrake cable so it goes inside the fuel tank. Again, it's on the spring. I might put a bit of hose around that or something just so it's rubbing. And that goes up into there. And yeah, so that's where that line goes. You can see where that blue hydraulic line goes. So the handbrake cable is the only bit that I'm not sure about, because on one of the original drawings they show them going underneath the axle. But now, because this has been lifted up, it doesn't want to go in a friendly way underneath the axle. So I've gone on top and I put a cable tie for now to hold it up there so that it doesn't go too close to the universal joint on the drive shaft, prop shaft, whatever you want to call it. So it all just goes over the top and round. So the hydraulic lines now, because they've become shorter because they've been lifted up, and the cables have become, they've become longer to run because they're on the back, because they've been lifted up. Well, the one on the front has, the one on the left hand side has anyway. All right, yeah, you'll see the fuel pumps disconnected because I've been having the ignition on and off. So we'll bleed the brakes and then I'll see what it's like. But that's what it looks like right now. All the shims worked, everything's in the middle. So yeah, you can see the gap there between the discs. It looks a lot better than it did before. All right. So if I don't do anything before the new year, I'll just wish you all a very happy new year, happy and prosperous new year. That's always a good place to be. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the comments. I didn't manage to get to my goal this year, even though it wasn't really a goal. But yeah. All right, that looks a lot better than it did originally. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, thank you for all the comments and all those, my regulars who send all those lovely little comments in, and those pearls of wisdom that I'm able to use every now and again. So yeah, great. Thank you very much indeed. And yeah, Merry Christmas to Wayne, Charles and Karsten, who are a few of my regular watchers, and of course my wife, who was a great supporter, and the pearl of wisdom and the voice of reason and all those wonderful things. All right, I think that's enough looking at this. So I'll post this and let you see what you think. If you want to suggest any other better ways of doing this, if somebody's done it another way, then let me know. Just the axle goes up and the exhaust stays where it is, so I'm not too concerned about that. All right, I'll catch you soon. All the very best, and thank you very much indeed. I might even do a bit of a catch-up or an overview of 2024, of what I've done and what I'm going to do possibly in 25, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.